Solana and Sonic doing a lot. Sonic kind of pushing up, maybe even higher than Ethereum. Um, yeah, so in the comments, so an intern cooked up a guide for you all. Our new record in Sonic Labs lows above base and sort of taken over from Ethereum, still below Solana. Okay, Solana pushing to Sonic. It's not clear. Sort of these are back and forth. But anyway, that's what you want to watch for. Because who else is on this page? Base, BNB, Arbitrum, major projects. So very impressive. And the max theoretical TPS right here, transactions per second, 5 billion megas, whatever that means. So it sounds like a lot. So while we reduce storage and node requirements to 98% Sonic consensus, it's a lot. That's what we want to look for. I'd rather see it in, let's see, hold on a second. Max theoretical transaction per second, 5 billion mg a second. I guess that stands for. 5 billion. I don't know what that means. MGAS. I don't think it's 5 billion transactions per second. That's not. But far ahead of the rest of it. Let's keep going. This is something just on the radar again. Sonic Labs up here above ICP, Aptos, Solana. I forget what this chart meant though. And max, oh here, so max TPS. If it's hard to see, I apologize. Max TPS, so real-time transaction per second. Max TPS transaction per second over 100 blocks. 471 transactions per second. That has to be that's current. Max theoretical 396 transactions a second. Still less than Fire Dancer, which is a layer 2 on Solana, which isn't out yet. So really can't wait for that. Guys, I'm holding my Sol because Solana ETF likely in this year. They've already applied for it. And when Fire Dancer comes out, that's going to kick things off. They're going to clean up this meme coin mess and have some throttles on that. So KYC, because otherwise, the community is just really dumping on Solana. So in that sense, I think it's a good time to buy, or will be soon. It's not going away. But Arbitrum, this is massive, 396 max theoretical transactions per second on chain. That's pretty cool. And Aptos in that also, so Aptos kicking up. And so, yes, more than Solana. Solana originally said 50,000 to 100,000, so they're fulfilling on that. And but again, wait for Fire Dancer. So, but anyway, Sonic in the game. And critical review Sonic. When was this say? Max theoretical. Here's a clearer view. TPS 5 billion mg a second. I don't know what that means, guys. That's a lot. We already unpacked that, but. All right, so on this chart, and again, I have to give credit, this is Rand from Crypto Banner. I'm not stealing anyone's research. I just thought it was really worth sharing with you guys. And Sonic, new energy after rebranding. Sonic undervalued here. And so Sonic versus Cardano, saying which is undervalued. So Sonic, total value locked, 405 million, more than Cardano. So what I want to really, big picture here, we're going to see more of these mergers in the blockchain. And this is why. So they can leapfrog ahead of big projects. So the reason why Ajax and SDAO and Phantom Coin all combined is so they could become bigger. It's called a roll-up in the angel investor and private equity markets. You buy a bunch of companies with similar interests, cut costs, merge the customers, called a roll-up, bundle it into a big old burrito and sell it to private equity. That's in the game. We're going to see more of that. And that's good. It's healthy for the market. Sonic ecosystem here. I don't want to go too long. This is a bit in the weeds here. These are DEXs. So we're going to start seeing DEXs like Wagmi, Shadow, Swap, Beat, X. Never heard of these, but we're kind of keeping an eye on, and we'll get to that. So that's all I have, you guys. That's it for today's class, unless you guys have any questions on OKX. Yeah, so that was a question. Matic no longer uses old tech, correct. On OKX, Sonic, that's right. So it's on OKX, not easy for everyone, but they have their own DEXs coming out, as I just shared, and maybe that's the slide to pay attention to here. This one, if some of you can look up these, see, these are DEXs, Wagmi, Shadow SwapX. So I imagine this is where you can also buy Sonic because it's Sonic ecosystem. Oh, I forgot to mention, and this is something in the video. This is really fascinating. So Rand was saying that their compensation model is really unique. Whereas most of the time, the transaction profits would go to the node owners partially, the people running the nodes will get a majority of it, has incentive for doing that. Well, that's all fine and good. But with this, with Sonic, 90% goes to the dexes and the layer twos. So it incentivizes these layer twos to build and build great products on the Sonic ecosystem, and only like 10% goes to the node owners. So, finally people are sitting around instead of saying, all right, let's create a Web3 project. Well, how do we want to do it? Well, let's copy those guys. It feels like finally people are sitting around saying, all right, let's rethink this a bit. How can we do this better? And I think this is a good milestone, mark my words, that people are going to start. It's sort of like the blind leading the blind, and people are gonna probably start sitting around saying, hey, that Sonic, that's a better model. Maybe we should do that. Remains to be seen, though. Remains to be seen. Wow, look how many tabs they have open on this. Man, I thought I had a lot on that. That's crazy. All right, you guys, somebody look up SwapX, Shadow, and Wagme. I'll do that also. And those will be moon or bust projects. Put $500 on that. So, instead of some dumbass meme coin, dog coin, cat coin, whatever, uh, you know, um, Blue Frog, hey, look, bread coin, no zero utility. But these are the ones that have $500 on, $500,000, wherever you can buy them. And I imagine you'd have to open an account on the exchange. And, maybe it's on one of the other ones like Hyperliquid or DYDX. But this is where things are going, you guys. And the retail beginners, Coinbase, Gemini, sure, but the smarter people are kind of moving their money over into some of these dexes. And I'm just trying to read here. Wagami cross chain on not only on Sonic, great. So you guys can read this. I'll share the link to the video. Okay. So that's all we have for this week, you guys. I'll stop sharing unless you have anything else you want me to look at. We covered a lot today, and this will all be in the Fathom notes. So action items, which Fathom is going to put in the action items, is go check out Phantom, Aptos, ICP, Filecoin, and Helium. And what did I put a buy alert on? I believe it was Stay. So I covered so much here, now I don't remember. You guys can tell me, but SCI, of course. Let's see if Fathom can get the spelling right. Yeah, look at that. Stay looking very good. I think it's pronounced Sui. Shui, or is that SUI? Guys, it's all word spaghetti in the alphabet soup. But anyway, you get the point. Okay, guys, what do I think of Hype? So you guys always wait till the last possible minute to ask me, and even though I've been asking you for like an hour. So what do I think of Hyperliquid? There's a great write-up on it that I was putting in the M3 Active Trader. They have a lot going for them, and you can trade on leverage without KYC over on that. But I'm hearing some good things, really good things on Hyperliquid. Those of you that were with us for the guest speaker, Vadim, I think it was a week or two ago, he talked about Polkadot, and privately he was saying they have a DEX coming out that's going to be way better than Hyperliquid. I don't know, remains to be seen. I do like Hyperliquid, and I think the chart looks good. I think they'll do well because if nothing else, all the people that want to trade on margin that currently either have to have an MEXC account with KYC by having a Palau ID. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. Like me. There we go. I'm rhyming. I'm up here rapping, you guys. But anyway, it's so much easier just to go to a DYDX kind of, or Hyperliquid rather, to trade margin. Both offer it without having to get on a KYC and a VPN, etc. All right. So I can't pull up the chart because my keyboard is conked out on me. I can click though. Pendle I heard Pendle's not quite looking so good. If I have hype in this list, I'll pull it up, and along the way I'll just click around on some things that are up on the day. But let me go down a rabbit hole. I thought I had Hyperliquid on my list, and if I do, here it is. Here it is. All the way down at the bottom. Last but not least. So, on the Fibonacci projections, this thing could go up to here on 76. That would be a triple. And, on the daily, it's just kind of chugging along. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I just looked for higher lows. And Dr. T, simple stuff. It's got, look at all the buyers here pushing price up. It's just consolidating. I would buy some. I'd own some. Oops. There. And then on a breakout, having an alert here above 29. Let's just move that up to, say, 30. Good round number breakout. And that would be, time to buy more, add to it. A breakout retest would be an ideal. But right down here looks pretty good. And I don't see any sellers. So I think I'm bullish on Hyperliquid. All right, less than a month away, Dr. T. I'll be on the high seas on the San Juan. I almost called it the Marketer's Cruise, but San Juan Cruise there. Looking forward to that. And those of you that don't know, I'll be on it. Dr. T and I have a mutual friend, Davin Michaels, out of Puerto Rico, and runs a group down there. Will be a lot of Bitcoin. Brock Pierce will be there, and it'd be good to see him again. Hung out with him in Miami for a couple hours. And man, that guy has some stories. They're not all PG-13, so I can't repeat them. But when you have billions, you're a billionaire, you get away with a lot of stuff, apparently. When you're paying a large bill, even in the nicest sort of bar restaurant in Paris, if you're dropping a six-figure tab, they let you do whatever you want. That's all I'll say. Anyway, good guy. But anyway, guys, that's all I have. I'll tell you more, or I'll keep you updated rather here as we go. And I'll see you next week. Mike's gone for a bit. He's actually in San Juan right now. Not much pleasure to tell you that. He's probably moved on, but he was flying into San Juan and they're going somewhere else. He and his lovely wife. So there you go. All right, everybody. Take care. I'll see you next week.
Hey, this is Brett from Moonstream. If you'd like to learn more about our pro trading signals or our live classes every Wednesday or our Retire Rich program, go over to moonstream.io/start.